Hey guys, Joe here from ScaleFreak.com. Just getting out of the gym. I got a couple good questions while I was in there, and I thought, you know what? These are questions that everyone might want the answer to. You never know. So I figured answer these two questions in a video, throw it up on the YouTube channel, and maybe, just maybe, it will help somebody else. So it is a two-part question. The first part was, what does it take to get sponsored? And the second part, the first part and the second part was, what video software do I use to edit my videos? So number one, you know what, I'll answer number two first because that's the easiest thing. If I'm using my iPhone or my iPad, I may just use iMovie on there. I found that the more you polish the videos and the higher rate that you polish the videos at, the less people like to watch them, which is really, really weird. So 720 is usually what I produce at. And if I'm using my computer, I will use iMovie on the Mac because I run all Apple stuff. But I'm told that even Movie Maker from Microsoft is amazing. I've also been told that Vegas is amazing, but I just use iMovie. It came with everything that I own, and really, it's really easy to use. I played around with Aperture for a while, didn't like it. It was a little more complex than I needed it to be, and I wanted to keep it simple and just focus on the content and not have to spend all day editing. Now, an interesting part about my videos is I've been doing this long enough that I know how I need to turn this off here, how I need to video in order to minimize the amount of editing that I'm doing. So if you're going to do video production, what you want to do is begin with the end in mind. So figure out exactly what you want to say, exactly how you want to say it, and try in your mind's eye to think about how exactly you want the video to look. And then do exactly that, videotape it just like that. For the longest time, I used to have to write everything down. Now I kind of wing it, but I wing it with a purpose. So if that makes any sense at all. Now, the first part of the question, so like I said, I'll answer the last part first, and the first part of the question is, how do you get sponsored? And this goes for just about anything in life. If you're looking for a corporation or a business to give you money or to give you product in order to represent them. Number one, you need to be absolutely amazing at what you do, and you need to be able to give back to the company more than they're giving you, because basically what you're doing is you're taking some money out of their advertising budget. So does it make more sense to dump it into magazines or signs? Are you going to give them more exposure? Because that's exactly what you have to do. Remember that these companies are giving their advertising dollar to you in order to rep their name or to improve. But the biggest trick is that you are an unknown, or not an unknown, let's call it a liability possibly in some cases. Basically, if they spend the money on a print ad or a website, they can control that content. But once they give you their advertising budget and you've got a contract, you can still do anything you want. You could take all their stuff, and at the end of the year, you could stick a big middle finger in the air and make them look terrible. So it's a dangerous game for advertisers to play when they start sponsoring people. So you'd better make sure that you are absolutely phenomenal at what you do with a proven track record and references to hold it up. Now, that being said, is sponsorship really even a thing anymore? I mean, I understand that big racers and stuff like that have some kind of sponsorship, or are we still even calling it sponsorships? You see, me personally, I like to call it something along the lines of a brand partnership, because basically, I'm not looking for stuff and then to not give anything in return. I'm always looking to make a two-way street. So if I'm looking to give back in some sort of advertising, or if I'm looking to give back in some sort of feedback or something like that, that's more of a partnership than it is just a blast-out sponsorship. What you should be looking for nowadays is more of a brand sponsorship where you can help the company, but the company can also help you. You can advertise on their behalf, but you can also give them feedback as to what is happening in the world. But one thing is for sure, you have to be able to go to events, and not just events in your area. I'm talking travel. I'm talking travel lots, and go to different places. And I don't want you to be the king of your castle or the top of your hill in your local. You need to go out and you need to be competing on a much bigger level. And when I say competing, you don't have to be winning. Let me be very specific. A lot of people that I know that are brand partnered or sponsored, not to say it in an offensive way, their skills are not all that great. They are not a main. They are not the top of the ladder. But what they are is an absolutely amazing individual that is extremely outgoing and helpful at a track. They may not be able to put all of their knowledge to practice and win every race, but they always show up, they always try real hard, and they always help anybody who asks them a question. They are ambassadors in whatever hobby that they are in. And I'm not just talking about RC. I know some people who are competition shooters. I know some people who are competition BMX, competition mountain biking, lots of competition stuff. Race car drivers. Again, you don't have to be the most winningest person around, but you got to be consistent and you've got to help any way that you can, because you're not just representing yourself at that point. You are representing everything that is on your, hey look, I'm wearing a GCM shirt to the gym. Everything that is on your shirt, you need to represent. And that goes the same as stuff like this. I walk around in public wearing my work jacket, and in public, I need to represent in a very positive manner my work everywhere that I go. So again, don't be looking for sponsorships. Look for brand partnerships. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's really not worth it anymore. I mean, you can give back to the companies and the companies can give to you all they want. You can win lots of contests. I mean, look at companies like CBERC. They're giving away stuff almost every day. You do not need to be a sponsored racer to win. I've won stuff from them. It's phenomenal. Look at CowRC. They're giving away stuff every damn day. I've won stuff from them. Now, CowRC is a company that, you know, Heath and I have been like this for years, and I help him out as best I can, but at the same time, he helps me out as well. And CBERC is actually now, a writer on the Scale Freak forum. So again, it paid off back and forth. So it's always a good thing. So I hope, guys, that has answered part of your question or parts of both of your questions, and hopefully, comments below if you have any additional questions or anything else that I may be able to help you with. Thanks, guys, and thanks for watching.